What is it? 5 o'clock. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hardly need an alarm clock at this time of the year, though. I've been awake for, I don't know how long. Well, it's them out there. Yes, them out there. Hear them? Wait a minute. I'll just get out of bed and open the window wide. There. Did you ever hear such a bubbling rabble of birds? Listen to them for a minute while I get dressed. There we are. That didn't take long, did it? Listen to them. The dawn chorus, all blowing away together. Why do they make such a racket? Why do they sing like that? Well, there are all sorts of reasons, but probably the main reason is that they're advertising themselves. They're all cockbirds singing out here. Only very few species of henbirds sing, and the cockbirds are singing to let the henbirds know where they are and also to warn other cockbirds not to invade their territory. Well, most of the henbirds are sitting on their eggs now, so the cockbirds are warning each other to keep away. The trees and hedges in the garden here are like a big bird housing estate. The house is the nest with Mother sitting at home. Father is out in his garden. But it's a garden without a boundary fence around it, and so Father has to keep telling everybody just where the imaginary fence is. So he starts on a branch here and he says, "Now, my boundary fence goes from here down to that lilac bush to start with. Have you got that? Now, I'll just pop down to the lilac bush and show you where it goes after that." And he pops down to the lilac bush to his singing position, or singing post, and he says, "Now, from here, it goes to that branch sticking out by the laurel hedge. Got it? Good. Now, I'll just pop down there and show you where it goes after that." And he pops down to his singing post by the laurel, and he says, "Now then, the fence goes right round here, and all round there, and back there, and just this side of the apple tree. And everything inside there is mine, and nobody can come inside. Now, just in case you're not clear, I'll do it all again for you. Are you ready?" And he does it all again. And that, more or less, is what all those birds are doing out here in the garden now. Advertising themselves, letting the world know where they are and what they are sure belongs to them. Wonderful noise, isn't it? Just listen to that robin telling all the other robins what belongs to him. And what about those house sparrows in the hawthorn hedge there? Listen to them. They all live in a real hugger-mugger in that spiky hedge. They've turned it into a sort of tenement building, and they're always arguing and squabbling and brawling, and by our standards, behaving rather badly. Now look just under the eaves up there. The house martins are trying to establish a colony. They build their nests of wet mud, neat, hollow little mud pies. They collect the wet mud and, like little bricklayers, build up their house on the side of the wall, dollop by dollop, leaving just a little door at the top. Those at the end have finished theirs. They've hatched their brood and they're busy feeding them. Listen to them burbling up there. It's one of the nicest sounds you can have right outside your bedroom window, a gurgle of little house martins. But the nest, a bit farther along, has been taken over by the house sparrows. I told you they behave badly. They've driven the martins away and moved in themselves, and turned the tidy little mud house into a nasty little slum dwelling, with dead grass and straw hanging out of the door. Doesn't seem quite fair, does it, to let someone else do all the work and then reap the benefits yourself? Aha, yes, there's another one who lets someone else do all the work. The cuckoo. The cuckoo lays its egg in other birds' nests and leaves it there for them to hatch and bring up the young. And they do. Nice of them, isn't it? And it saves you a lot of hard work, doesn't it, cuckoo? You lucky cuckoo. No family to feed, nothing to do all day. Well, we'll be like you today and leave the work to everyone else for a change and just wander down the lane and over the fields. Whew, it's getting a bit warm. Let's move to the edge of the wood. There'll be a bit of a breeze there. Look at that, they're moving the sheep already. Well, they soon finished up that field. Only taken them a few days to eat that 10 acres of ryegrass and clover. There's no doubt about it, sheep have got strong, steady appetites. They just keep on and on. You're very fond of your food, aren't you? I don't know. I don't like the look of the weather. It's getting very dark. What's that? Hello? I don't like the sound of that. Thunder. I think I'll make my way over to that farm before the rain comes. Well, I just got to the barn in time. Nice drop of rain, though. Enough to lay the dust. Yeah, but not for long. Here comes the sun again, so we can make a move. Oops, sorry, I didn't see you there. Oh, and you've got your family with you. Quite right to bring them in out of the rain. Thunder rain is very bad for young chicks. Now then, which way shall I go? Let's see. I beg your pardon. I didn't notice you either. You wouldn't go if you were me. You just stay in the straw, Yes, I know. But I think I'll be going. Goodbye. I say, just look at those swifts going round the farm buildings in a great circle. They spend most of their lives in the air. They feed in the air on insects. They sound quite mad, don't they? Let's go on down through the rookery. Rooks like to nest together high up in the trees. They do say that you can tell what the weather will be by the way the rooks behave. If they hang around the rookery in the morning, it's going to rain. If they all fly away together, then it'll probably be fine. Well, they're still here. Perhaps they haven't heard the weather forecast yet. Nice noise rooks make. Not a beautiful noise, but it's comforting. They sort of chat to one another.
How did you sleep last night? Oh, rotten, really. Missus got some shocking twigs in the bed. I don't know where she gets them from. Yeah. What's the weather going to do? It's going to be fine. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
And away they go. The farmer doesn't like rooks, at harvest time at any rate. They pinch a fair bit of his corn. Still, it's theirs by rights, since they eat up a lot of grubs that would have had the corn in any case. And there's somebody else they don't like, the wood pigeon. That's him now. Now, he does overstep the mark a bit. Well, he's almost entirely a vegetarian. He eats mostly green stuff. And in the winter, when the clover's gone and the grass is short, the wood pigeons all band together and raid the fields of winter greens, the kale, the turnips, and Brussels sprouts. And they're not a bit popular. But there's more than enough for all of them now, and they seem to know it. Listen to them cooing with prosperity. Come on, we're nearly down at the road now. Now, isn't that extraordinary? It hasn't rained here at all. Just there, the road is wet and steaming, and here it's quite dry. This was the edge of the storm. Yes, the grass is quite dry here, dry enough to sit on. It's quite safe to sit just here on the roadside, but not in that field. That's mowing grass. There's a tractor out there now, mowing it. The swifts and swallows and martins swooping low behind the tractor, feeding on the insects disturbed by the mower. See the puffs of pollen going up as the grasses tumble behind the mower. Good job I don't suffer from hay fever. I couldn't be in a worse place with all that pollen about. If I did, my eyes would be running and I wouldn't be able to talk properly at all. Everything I said would be quite indistinguishable. So, let's lie back in the sun for a minute or two. Hear him? The grasshopper. He makes that noise by scraping his wings and legs together. Funny thing to do, isn't it? Sounds as though he's filing a bit of wood. He's only a little thing, but he makes a most penetrating noise. And there's another tiny thing that makes a tremendous noise. Can't see him. Yes, there he is. The skylark. Higher and higher, as though he's being hauled up on a wire. Higher and higher in the great dome of the sky, and he's filling it with song. Can't hear anything else, only the skylark. He's stopped now, dropping down to earth. It's funny, lying on your back in the grass, you can't see a thing except for the clear blue sky, that skylark, a few cotton wool clouds, and yet you know what's going on around you. That's a cock pheasant in the next field. There's a lapwing flipping and tumbling about, but I can't see him. And there are those tiny birds you hardly ever see, but often hear, the warblers. Hello. They're bringing in the cows for milking. Here they come, slowly ambling down the road, all the time in the world. Well, I'd better be getting back too, and do a bit in the garden with the hoe. Weeds grow very fast this time of the year. You know, you can hoe and think and hoe, and you hardly notice that the sun's dropped out of sight. The blackbird often does his final burst of song after the sun's gone down. There he is. Ah, yes, the owl. It's his time of day now, the hour of the owl. He's off to see what he can find. Well, he hasn't got long. Soon it'll be dawn again, and another summer day will start. It's much the same every day, and you can hear it whenever you like, if you go into the country and just listen.